Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Ballard High School on the corner of 14th, 15th, and 65th in Seattle. Welcome, everyone. My name is Billy Rogers, joined by John Adams, John Marstall, Gary Dunn, and our producer, engineer, Eric Moose, from 107.3 KBFG, strictly local radio, bringing you tonight's matchup between the Ballard Beavers and the Franklin Quakers. Exciting, should be a great game tonight. We're excited to get this rolling. At 7:30 will be our tip. We've got teams warming up, and we're ready to give you a little pregame show and get you ready for the action tonight between the Franklin Quakers and the Ballard Beavers. John Adams, should be a fun evening tonight, John. Two good ball clubs, and we're excited to get it rolling.
Yeah, absolutely, Billy. Good to be working with you here again tonight. Two good ball clubs. Franklin always is going to be top of the league here. They've gotten Coach Jackson has gotten his team off to a good start here, 4-0, 3-0. They play in the Valley Division of the Metro League, and they've gotten off to a 3-0 start there as well. So Coach Jackson is pretty positive about where he's got his team right now. Ballard, on the other hand, has gone off to a little bit of a slower start. They're 0-3 right now, 0-2 in district. But Coach Broom has his team playing hard, and I think we're going to see some good action here tonight. I think one thing that we do know that we're going to definitely get here is Franklin really does like to push the ball, so we're going to have a real up-and-down game. Could be a track meet. But again, Coach Jackson very positive with what he's got his team right now. We're able to catch up with Coach Jackson here for the game for an interview and get his thoughts on tonight's game.
All right, I'm joined now by Coach Craig Jackson, head coach of Franklin Quakers in his 18th season here with Quakers, three-time state championship. Coach, thanks for joining me here today. Big game here tonight. I know that you guys have jumped out to a 4-0 record here, tops of the division, and you're in the Valley Division Metro League. What's been working so far?
We're just really trying to take every game one night, one game at a time, 1-0. We've actually been playing pretty well. It's a nucleus of kids that have been together for at least 2 years. So we just try to pressure the ball, try to push the ball. I want the kids to have fun at the same time, but also understand how to play the game the right way. Right now, what's working for us is just the camaraderie and togetherness right now.
That's good. The Metro League is never easy to navigate. It's early, but who looks good here? Who do you think you're going to see here at the end of the season?
Well, I'll tell you what, we don't overlook anybody. Tonight's game is going to be tough. Metro League is probably one of the best in the West Coast, if not the best in the West Coast. So early favorites, no doubt, Garfield. Rainier Beach is looking incredible right now. Kevin Porter is a grown man right now, playing at a different level. And then we played a very good and beat a very good Seattle Prep team, who, if we make it to the playoffs, we probably got to see them again. Old days. Our whole league is incredible, really, honestly. So any given night, you better come with it every night. Somebody's going to give you their best shot every night. You better respect everybody, or you'll find yourself on the other side of that win-loss column.
Yeah, no easy wins, definitely. I know you probably haven't had too much of a look at the Ballard Beavers, but what do you think the keys are to winning tonight?
I've looked at the Ballard Beavers. I'm going to always respect everybody, but I know they got a really young, little crafty guard, kind of like him myself. And I just can't remember his number right now, but bigger kid, shoots the ball really well outside. Like I said, I know they're pretty young, but you can never disrespect any of your opponents. You got to go out there and play because they're going to always give you your best shot. I think we have to control tempo for us to win. We have to play at our tempo, not their tempo. And if we can get them to play our tempo, then that's in our favor. If for some reason they can get us to play at their tempo, then I think that looms in their favor. So hopefully we can control the tempo and control the glass, and I think we'll be all right.
Good. Well, I really do appreciate the time. Good luck tonight,
Thank you,
and
sir.
We'll see you soon.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thanks for those insights from Franklin head coach. Some really interesting stuff there, John, as they're talking about tempo. Franklin's been playing well. Obviously, they're off to a great start, 4-0. And playing good basketball.
Playing really good basketball.
As Coach said.
Yeah, they're putting in about 69 points a game right now, giving up 60. They had a really impressive win against Seattle Prep, 62-60. That's never an easy win. So, again, they've got some great momentum. I think we're in for some good action here tonight.
We're excited to be with you. We're on 107.3 KBFG, strictly local radio, serving our community. John Adams on play-by-play. My name's Billy Rogers. John Marstall and Gary Dunn joining us today. We've got our team back together. Looking forward to an exciting ball game. Tip is going to be at 7:30. Give you a little bit of the pregame show. And I think, John, as we're talking a little bit about this matchup, two teams, and I know Coach Broom's talking about how young his team is, and Coach Jackson was talking about an experienced team. So really, early on in the season, I think Franklin has shown some of their experience, and maybe Ballard's shown some of their inexperience.
Yeah, I think that is the case. I mean, Franklin's got three starters that are seniors, and they've played together for a long time, so they know each other well. Ballard doesn't have any returning starters from last year. So this will be, they're still kind of feeling out each other, knowing each other's players' movements. I think this is every game, though, they get a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable and familiar with each other, so should be good for tonight. Absolutely.
We've got some great games around the Metro League tonight on Tuesday, December 12th. As we get ready for the holiday season, if you're in the neighborhood, come on by. Get warmed up after doing a little bit of that holiday shopping. As we know, Franklin and Ballard are playing tonight, and that's the game we're going to be bringing to you live starting at 7:30. Garfield heads to Seattle Prep in a matchup of two Metro League powers. Lakeside heads on the ferry boat over to Bainbridge Island. O'Day is on the road against Rainier Beach. Chief Self hosts Ingram. Nathan Hale hosts Cleveland. Eastside Catholic is on the road at a good West Seattle team. And a neighborhood rivalry, Bishop Blanchette takes the 5-minute bus ride over to Roosevelt.
Oh, boy. That'll be good, too. A lot of good games here. I think you heard Coach Jackson say, too, kind of the regular teams that you're going to see are powerhouses again, and Rainier Beach and Garfield always going to be at the top of the league. Nathan Hale has scaled off a little bit after last year's national championship team, but still, there just are no easy wins in the Metro League. Everybody knows that, and Coach Jackson knows that. So he's going to come prepared tonight to do his best here. Any road win in the Metro League is a big victory.
Absolutely. Before the game, we got a chance to catch up with Coach Mike Broom on the Mike Broom Coaches Show, sponsored by Magnolia Physical Therapy. Great opportunity to catch up with Coach Broom and get some insights on the X's and O's going into tonight's game. Coach Broom. Okay, back here on the basketball pregame show with Ballard High School head coach Mike Broom. Mike, last time we were here, you guys had just started the season playing Glacier Peak and put up a tremendous battle. Talk about your last couple of games and how you feel the team has improved.
Yeah, so we've had, we've gotten quite a bit better since day one. We had 21 practices. We played only 3 games to this point. We had a hard-fought game against a tough Glacier Peak team. Then we opened up league play against Blanchette, and that game was back and forth the whole way. We had a shot at the buzzer to tie it, so that was a tough loss, but also a learning experience for these guys. We've got a really young group, very little varsity experience, so we're just getting better every single day. And I just tell these guys that as we make mistakes, that's how we get better. So we really focus on in practice and ball security. That's one area that's been a weakness of ours, taking care of the basketball, limiting the turnovers, and executing offense and really trying to look for a great shot for us.
Well, Franklin comes in tonight, again, very athletic, well-coached team. What are a couple of keys against the Franklin Quakers tonight?
Craig Jackson does a great job of getting these guys ready to play. They're always playing hard, and I kind of think of it as controlled chaos. They really like to run and jump, trap, looking to block shots, and if we don't stay on our feet, if we're not strong with the basketball, those kind of things can get out of hand. So we've really been focusing on ball security. That's a major key of ours. And then we also want to make them defend. So we're looking to run some offense, looking to get the ball reversed from side to side, get the ball inside, look for some back cuts, and really work together to get an open shot. And then, of course, they really work hard on the offensive glass. So we need to get back in transition, force some contested shots, and then really focus on our box outs and securing that rebound.
You know, as we look at this point in the season with a young team, has anybody kind of surprised you a little bit, Mike? Maybe somebody that you didn't expect to have as big a role and is maybe contributing a little bit more or has really improved in those first 3 weeks of our season?
Just overall for the team, I think, we return Asher Simpson. He came off the bench last year, played some key minutes towards the end of the season last year in our playoff run. And then Cole Knutson, he came off the bench as well. So, everybody's playing a new role just with that limited varsity experience. And I've just seen strides in everybody.
You're happy with, obviously, the effort at practice. I got a chance to get out and watch you guys yesterday. Effort is still excellent at practice. These are challenges, though, and as you're playing this high level of basketball. How's the confidence level of your team going into this game?
We really just focus on next play mentality and one possession at a time. And whether that's in practice, whether it's a drill, whether we're scrimmaging or in a game, we're really just focused on that one particular possession, whether it's to get a stop on defense or really execute offensively, being strong with the ball and looking for great shots on offense.
Any matchup tonight that you can point to? Any particular thing that you're going to be looking for? I mean, obviously you said ball security, taking care of the basketball, extending those possessions on offense. Is there any matchup or any concern that you have from Franklin?
I mean, every Franklin Quaker is dangerous out there on the floor, so we got to do a good job of staying in front of everybody and then being ready to slide over and stop the basketball and rotate and protect our paint. So they have some great basketball players, great athletes, and like I said, they just go, and they really look to attack the glass as well. So we're really just trying to key on everybody out there.
Well, we're looking forward to it tonight. We've got the national anthem starting lineups coming up next. Let's throw it back to John Adams. This is the Mike Broom Show, sponsored by Magnolia Physical Therapy, the official physical therapist for the Ballard High School Beavers.
Well, thanks, Billy. And Coach Broom, again, he's no stranger to Franklin. Franklin plays a somewhat of unique style here, too. What you're going to see on defense, they really play a full-court man-to-man pickup with random traps. So second, a ball handler brings the ball up. They're going to send other guys over there to try to trap. They really want this up-tempo. They want to cause turnovers, get some easy buckets. And defense, they do an extended zone press, too, with random traps. So, again, I think what they're trying not to do is get into the half court, and I'm guessing that's what Coach Broom really wants to do is control the ball, get it across half court, set up his half court offense, and I think that's where the Beavers are going to be successful.
Absolutely, John, and we're excited to have all of our listeners joining us today. I'd like to give a shout-out to Bill Anderson. Bill is over in the, looks like the Laurelhurst neighborhood. Just trying to read that writing there. Over in the Laurelhurst neighborhood. Bill, thanks for following us and appreciate you tuning in tonight. So, listeners, again, let us know where you're at. We'll give you a shout-out. Excited to have you with us. A reminder, we're on 107.3 KBFG, strictly local radio, serving our community. So hopefully you're catching us. Maybe it's on Finney Ridge. Maybe it's in Ballard. Could be in Green Lake, but we're here to serve you tonight. Tip-off is at 7:30. Excited to watch as we've got two teams warming up on the floor. Our officials are on the floor. The coaches are ready to go. It's going to be a fun matchup tonight. It's our first chance really to get a chance to see Franklin. And I think, John, as we talk a little bit about the season, Garfield for the Beavers is up next on Friday. But boy, this could be a good team to actually prep you for that game. You're going to kind of see the same style with the pressure defense and some of those things you're going to see on Friday as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Garfield on Friday, I mean, they're a nationally ranked team right now. They're top 25 in the country. So absolutely a good test here for the Beavers, get a good feel for that up-tempo game. And like we said, Franklin, they're a high-scoring team. They got 4 guys scoring in double figures right now. Maurice Barnett, 16 points a game, is leading the way. Javion Garrett is also pumping in 12 points, and Marquand Williams at 14 points a game. So you really got a high-powered team, and they're getting a lot of easy buckets off of turnovers. Again, I think their half-court offense is really what Coach Broom wants, is to get them in that half-court. I don't think it's quite as solid as their up-tempo game, getting turnovers, getting easy buckets.
Yeah, and I know Coach Broom, Franklin is giving up is scoring 69 points a game, which really puts the onus on the Ballard defense. 69 points. I think Coach Broom would tell you that would be a long night if he gives up 69. If his team's going to score 70, he needs to watch tempo, needs to get back defensively, control transition. I don't think they can give up 69 and hope to get a victory.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, there's not a huge size disparity here. Franklin's got a couple tall guys, but the Ballard Beavers really do match up well with them. And I think although they're really aggressive, they're going to attack the offensive glass. Ballard can bang with them there in the post. They can be physical, probably get some easy buckets around the basket. So I'm thinking Coach Broom's going to probably get a lot of bodies in there too. Play some of his guys and get some fresh legs in there to deal with that full court pressure. But if they can do that and get into the half court set, I think they're going to have some success.
Super. Let's take a look before we tip off and get to our national anthem and our starting lineups, let's take a look at the NBA scoreboard. The Washington Wizards lose to the Brooklyn Nets 103-98. The Nuggets on the road defeat Detroit 103-84. The New York Knicks at home, slight upset over the LA Lakers 113-109 in overtime. The Cleveland Cavs 123, Atlanta 114. So a little bit around the NBA, plus we talked a little bit about our Metro League scores. We're trying to do our best to keep you updated on some of those other games. That Garfield-Seattle Prep game is going to be a lot of fun, and there's some other matchups. I think teams are still kind of feeling themselves out a little bit as we're early into the Metro League season before the New Year's even turned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Want to make sure we give a shout out and a big thank you to Domani Pizza and Pasta, a true leader in our community. Thank you, Domani, for supporting Ballard High School basketball.
Yeah, we're getting ready here. Just about a minute 20 away here from tip-off. Getting ready to announce the starters for each team.
So early on, Franklin scores. Franklin beat Lakeside by 9, a nice 10-point win against Prairie, and then that 62-60 game against Seattle Prep really stands out as a good win for Franklin.
Coach Jackson made a point of saying that was that really can get a team on the right trajectory for future growth. That's a tough win. Seattle Prep is really good this year, so I think Coach Jackson is coming here with a lot of optimism about his team.
And obviously the Beavers lose by 4 at home there to Glacier Peak. And then 41-38 loss at Blanchette. Coach Broomstead had a chance to win that one. And then Eastside Catholic got him here on Friday night, 73-42. So let's throw it to the national anthem. As we get started here, we're getting ready for introductions. We're getting ready for the national anthem. The Franklin Cheer Squad is in the house. Looking forward to a fun ball game tonight. Let's turn it to our public address announcer. All right, we're getting ready for our starting lineups. Our public address announcer will take the lead on our starting lineups. John, here we go. Let's toss to our public address announcer for our starting lineups.
Forward, a 6'4" senior, number 5, Maurice. At guard, 5'9" senior, At forward, 6'6" junior, number 23, Javon Garrett. And at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 24, Jelani Torres. Now starting lineups for your Ballard Beavers. The Beavers are led by head coach Mike Brown, the assistants Tyler Shanahan and Neil Bentley. At guard, a 6-foot junior, number 1, Billy Shake. At guard, a 6-foot junior, number 5, Xavier Kelly. Forward, a 6'2" senior, number 12, Paul guard of 5'11" senior, number 13, Asher Simpson. And at center, a 6'7" senior, number 22, William Bowden. Official for tonight's game with Brian Kirk and Perry. All right. Bob Huntsman.
All right, back to the table. Our introductions are set. We're ready to jump ball. And for the play-by-play, here's John Adams. John, you want to run through those starters for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So for Franklin, we've got Marquand Williams, Vetrevon Garner, Maurice Barnett. We got Javion Garrett and Jelani Tolbert. For the Beavers, Billy Shake running the point. Xavier Kelly on the wing, sharpshooting junior. Cole Knutson, also sharpshooting senior on the wing. Asher Simpson and Will Bowden running the post. Officials for tonight's game, Brian Kirk, Dan Perry, and Bob Huntsberger. And the tip is up, and Franklin secures the tip. Quickly ahead of the ball, quickly ahead to the ball, and we're going to get a foul early on. Javion Garrett went up with it. Bill, looks like we're going to get Will Bowden with his first foul. Will Bowden, the 6'7" senior for the Beavers, can't get him in early foul trouble.
No, you don't want that to happen. Jump too quickly and have to adjust your lineups at this point. Franklin in the visiting black uniforms, Beavers in their home white. Nice student section again tonight, John, on a Tuesday night, and excited to get rolling.
And Garrett with the second, misses both. Rebound Bowden. So Asher Simpson gets the ball. He's going to push the ball forward to Cole Knutson. Billy Shake in the corner, surveys the floor. Again, that high-pressure Franklin defense. Looking in, Will Bowden. Looks like he has a bit of a mismatch here, but they're going to send a double to him. And a turnover. Nice defensive play there by Marquand Williams.
Yeah, kind of brought that double team away from the ball and just kind of panicked with a little bit.
Marquand Williams finds Maurice Barnett, leading scorer for Franklin, knocks down the three. You cannot leave him that wide open.
It was a nice, smooth stroke, John.
So here's this 2-1-2 press that we're going to see from Franklin. Easily broken this time by the Beavers. Xavier Kelly gets pushed out to half court. Finds Cole Knutson on the wing. One dribble, top of the key. Billy Shake rotates it around. Asher Simpson for a three in the corner. Comes up a little bit long.
Looked like contact. I thought Cole got fouled on that. Looked like there's some contact there, John, on the rebound.
A little bit over the back. No call. Barnett comes up short. Rebound Beavers. Fast-paced already is exactly what we expected. Billy Shake pushing the action here. Xavier Kelly on the wing for three. Comes up a bit short. And looks like we had two Quakers go for the rebound. And off of the Quakers, ball's going to be Beavers under the basket.
You know, one thing, John, early on that the Beavers have done a nice job of getting the ball moved left to right, right to left. Again, you know, trying to get that floor spaced out so those doubles don't attack you.
Yep. Inbounds pass here. Billy Shake looked in for Bowden. Nothing there. Gets the ball out to Asher Simpson. Resets here for Billy Shake. Billy Shake's going to find Cole Knutson on the wing for three. Comes up short again. So 3 threes for the Beavers, 0 for 3 so far. Only points of the game come from the three-pointer for for Barnett. Franklin sets up the offense here, dumps it in. Asher Simpson into the post to Barnett. Boy, that's a bit of a mismatch there, but they throw it into Barnett, and it draws the foul on Asher Simpson. He's going to go line for two.
I was going to say, I give Asher credit. There's not much he could do there, and in fact, that was actually a pretty smart play, putting him at the line for 2 shots and not giving a little tic-tac foul, which would have been a possible 3-point play. So good play there.
Yeah, you're looking at about a 4-inch difference there in height, but Asher Simpson, he's a hard-nosed defender, and Barnett misses the first. So 3-0 here with 6:23 left in the first quarter. Beavers have yet to get on the scoreboard.
0 for 3 from Franklin from the line early.
Barnett serves up second free throw and misses that as well. 0 for 4 from the free throw line for Franklin. And here's that press again by Franklin. Looks like right now it's just a straight man-to-man press with heavy pressure, but now they're sending, there's the trap, and they cause a turnover. Williams pushing the action the other way.
Great pass. Great pass by Williams. Just great play there. Really nice pass. Very unselfish.
That's what you're going to see. Barnett with another basket. So he's got all 5 points now for the Quakers. Asher Simpson finds Billy Shake in the corner. Comes up the three. No good. Rebound Beavers. Billy Shake all the way to the basket. And they're going to get a charge on Billy Shake. Tried to go right up to the basket, but kudos there to Marquand Williams. He stood in there and took the charge.
I think that's a good call. It was, taking that contact that your team has to like that. I know Coach Jackson jumped off the bench as his assistant coaches and his staff did. Great play there, taking that charge. Franklin ball 5-0. Quakers early.
Williams walks the ball up the court here again. Vetrevon Garner in the corner. Another 15-foot jump shot by Barnett. No good. Rebound. Will Bowden. Coach Broom barks out a call. Asher Simpson is able to break the press. Oh, goes all the way to the basket. Returned by Garnett.
Boy, he pinned that to the glass.
Franklin rotates the ball here. Finds Javion Garrett top of the key. The lefty off the mark on the three-pointer. Rebound Xavier Kelly. Asher Simpson again pushing the action. Tries to find the ball to Cole Knutson. No good. Turnover all the way the other way. And there is Maurice Barnett again, getting ahead of the defense for the easy bucket. 7-0 Quakers.
Well, and Coach Broom, I know at practice yesterday, John, and what we talked a little bit about in our pregame show was the transition defense, the turnover, which then leads to 2 points. As Mike said, you're going to have turnovers, but they really need to be dead ball turnovers where you're not going to score. And obviously that was an easy 2 points. Franklin doesn't need that kind of help.
Yeah, I got to think Coach Broom is actually happy with the way they're bringing the ball up the court. I don't think they're able to dribble and get by the defender, but they're making some early foolish passes down on this end, and Franklin is capitalizing on those.
And some early quick threes too by the Beavers. I think Mike likes that open shot, but I think a couple of those have been a little bit hurried. Ballard is 0 for 4 from the 3 at this point. So, 7-0. We're early on. We're still got that 30-second timeout called by Coach Broom.
Yeah, you got to think Coach Broom right now is telling his team to pound that ball inside. A couple times we've looked down. It looks like Will Bowden had a bit of a mismatch.
Absolutely. Hey, reminder, you're listening to Metro League High School Basketball featuring the Ballard High School Beavers on FM 107.3 KBFG. Strictly local radio. Hope you're following us. Send us a quick note. We'd love to give you a shout out. Hope you're following this all over the northwest part of Seattle, the north end. Back to the play-by-play. Here's John Adams.
Here's this full court pressure by the Quakers. There's a 1-2-2. This is what we're going to see. This trapping full court. It gives every team fits, and Franklin's done it for years, but they're able to break it. Billy Shake sets up the offense here now. You can tell that's what's going to be tough there. Billy Shake looking for Xavier Kelly in the corner, and Javion Garrett steps into the passing lane. So got to be careful with those passes, but it's going to be Beaver ball here on the sideline.
Phillips and Richardson check in for Franklin Johnson. Coach Jackson's going to his bench a little bit, getting a couple of those guys in there.
Early trap here again. Billy Shake's able to break it this time. Will Bowden to the high post. Finds Cole Knutson in the corner for a three-pointer. No good. And rebound Quakers.
John, number 2 for Franklin is a freshman, so he's got a young freshman out there playing for the Quakers.
Quick shot by Maurice Barnett trying to get another three-pointer. Rattles in and out. Rebound Beavers. Billy Shake brings the ball to floor again. You can see these traps are coming. These Quaker defenders are looking for him to turn his head so they can get an early trap. Cole Knutson dribbles into the top of the lane. Shoots up the 5-footer, no good, bounces out. Marquand Williams rebound, brings the ball to the floor. And he's going to pull up a 3. Comes up a little bit short. Nice box out by Xavier Kelly, the junior. Outlet to Asher
Beavers
Simpson.
have 3-on-1, John. If we can get a shot up here, we got 3-on-1 going the other way.
Aren't able to take advantage, and Asher Simpson airmails one over Billy Shake. Turnover Beavers.
That's number 4 in those turnovers. I know in our first broadcast we talked about those a little bit too, John.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Broom is going to bring in Matt Paulson now for Will Bowden, giving him a blow. Would like to see Bowden get a few more passes in here close to the basket.
I agree.
A few more touches.
I'm looking forward to watching Miles Phillips, number 2 for Franklin, freshman out there. Kid looks confident like he belongs.
Yeah. Franklin on the offense. Looks like they're trying to work it through Maurice Barnett. Into the post, he kicks it out, and there's a three-pointer by Marquand Williams. Nice find by Barnett. 10-0 Quakers. 3:25 left in the first quarter.
This was a football game. We'd be all right with it, John.
And the Beavers able to get across half court this time. Matt Paulson surveys, gets an early shot up, no good. Rebound Quakers, hand off to Marquand Williams. Marquand Williams looking up and down the floor here. And they're going to throw it in again to Barnett. No good. Rebounds his own missed shot. Back up. Bucket. And going to the line for one more. He is a handful, Billy.
I got to give Coach Jackson credit. That was the right play to make. Asher Simpson is just kind of undersized in there. That entry pass, the only person could get it was the Franklin player. Go up and a great finish. So, again, a smart move by Coach Jackson, going to what works.
Yeah, I think so. And I think Coach Broom actually just made an adjustment here. It looks like got a few new Beavers coming into the game. Bryce Russell coming in, probably going to be covering Barnett here when we break from timeout. Looks like Coach Broom called timeout here. I think the second timeout now for the Beavers. Yeah, second
timeout for the Beavs. I think Coach is making that adjustment now because I think the two things that are most critical coming out is the transition, getting back defensively. But to your point there, you're going to have to make an adjustment there on that matchup because that is something that Franklin obviously knows and is going to exploit. And Craig Jackson and his coaching staff are going to be all over that.
Absolutely. Oscar Olson also in the game here. He's the 5'8" sophomore sharpshooter for the Beavers. Knocked down a couple threes last game against Eastside Catholic.
Maurice Bennett with 9 points early, 9 out of the 12. It's 9-0 Bennett over the Beavers here. So that's a concern early for Mike Broom and his staff.
Barnett see if he can get the back end. And misses the free throw. I think that's 0 for 5 from the free throw line for the Quakers. So Oscar Olson gets the ball and he surveys the floor here. Here's this pressure from the Quakers.
Yeah, little zone, little 2-2-1 zone pressure there.
Oscar Olson able to break it, but here comes the trap now. Oscar Olson a little bit of trouble. See if he can get rid of the ball. I think they're going to call a foul here on the ground. Oscar Olson has to keep his eyes peeled here. That trap is coming.
Two, with the length of that, John, that makes the passing angles difficult when you've got that kind of length on the perimeter. It's hard to make some of those passes. It's hard to split that double team. The size does matter a little bit on those kind of plays.
Yeah. Inbound Cole Knutson to Oscar Olson. Here comes the trap immediately. Gets the ball across half court. Cole Knutson takes a hard dribble all the way to the basket. He's going to get a shot up. Shot. Looked like he got blocked. Looks like there was some contact there as well.
Yeah, I think he got, I think it was initially the ball, but I think he came down on Cole. So that's a good call by our veteran official, Dan Perry.
And that is the first foul on Jelani Tolbert.
Now remember, as we were talking a little bit, John, Seattle Prep scoring 69 a game. So this is right where this is right up their wheelhouse in terms of getting out and getting easy buckets.
Yeah. Cole Knutson breaks the seal here on the bucket. It's the first 2 points for the Beavers. We're at 12-2 with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. Looks like the
Beavers are in 2-3. Looks like 2-3 zone.
2-3 zone here. We're going to see if we can force some shots from the outside. Quakers are trying to see if they can get a sense in there. High post cut there. And all the way to the bucket is Marquand Williams. Nice drive to the basket. And here comes this tough full court press again. Early trap here on Oscar Olson. Able to rotate the ball. Cole Knutson tries to get the ball. Turnover here. Nice pass faked around Garner. Passes into, I think that's the freshman number 2, Miles Phillips, get a bucket.
Phillips scored a great pass by Gardner there. Really unselfish play.
Those active hands. Here the Beavers get the ball across half court. Matt Paulson finds Xavier Kelly in the corner. A little trouble there, and he throws the ball into traffic. Turnover again, Beavers. Marquand Williams. That's the 6th turnover for the Beavers here in the first quarter. 16-2 with 1:40 left.
Going to stay in the 2-3 zone. I know Mike was frustrated with that dribble penetration right as they went to the zone. Screen on the top. Nice play again by Coach Jackson.
Oh, good tip in. Got the elbow jumper from Marquand Williams. He missed, but what a tip in by Veteran Garner.
Is this on Franklin or on Ballard, John? I'm confused on the foul.
I think it was on Ballard. Yep. White 24, that's on Bryce Russell.
I didn't see that. It looked a little confusion amongst our officiating crew of Bob Huntsberger, Dan Perry, and Brian Kirk.
Yeah, Brian saw something there. And there the Quakers knock down a free throw. 19-2. Looks like
Craig Jackson's really moving his lineup, getting a lot of kids in, getting them out, keeping them fresh. Looks like they're still going to stay in that 2-2-1 zone pressure, John.
Yeah, Tavion Reed in for the Quakers. Oscar Olson trying to get the ball returned. There we go. Gets it across half court. Bryce Russell into Matt Paulson, goes all the way to the bucket. Misses the lay-in. Rebound. Tavion Reed looks ahead of the action here. Quick pass over to the corner. Oh, knockdown shot by Jelani Tolbert. He's their top three-point shooter for the Quakers. You cannot leave him open. 22-2 with 1 minute left here. Beavers find Paulson. Cross half court, Bryce Russell. Cross court pass. Intercepted again to Kerry Richardson for the Quakers. And it looks like Coach Jackson's going to slow it down here a little bit. He's got a play call. It's like a motion call. He's still in the 2-3 for the Beavers here, Billy. There's a turnover for the Beavers. Xavier Kelly steals the pass ahead of the action to Oscar Olson. Backs it out. And another turnover by the Beavers. Oscar Olson couldn't handle the ball all the way to the 10.
That's our young freshman, Miles Phillips.
Miles Phillips all the way.
4 points for Phillips. Keeping in that pressure here. Keeping in that pressure. Sending that double, keep it in that 2-2-1.
And Xavier Kelly from the corner cannot knock down the three-pointer. Nice offensive read by Matt Paulson, but his head is stripped away from him from Tavion Reed. And Bryce Russell's going to pick up his second foul here, Billy.
Yeah, Russell's a little bit frustrated, I think, on that. Just kind of a frustration foul, but actually slowed the basketball down. So Franklin's going to look like they're going to get the last shot here in the quarter. 24-2, Franklin.
Inbound pass to the freshman Miles Phillip. He does look confident as a freshman. Looks like the Beavers are staying in that 2-3. Gets the tip again by Xavier Kelly. Rotating the ball, gets it to the high post. Back out to Phillips. Phillips trying to put some action on. He gets a kind of a heave off. And no good.
So 24-2 Franklin after the first period. A reminder, you're listening to Metro League High School Basketball featuring the Ballard High School Beavers on FM 107.3 KBFG, strictly local radio.
Well, I am not a mind reader here, Billy, but I can't imagine this is how the way Coach Broom wanted to get this to get started. 24-2.
Well, I'll tell you, watching this game, John, it is like, when you're watching a video and Franklin is on fast forward.
Yeah.
Their speed, and in fact, I think Coach Broom's team has broken the press effectively, but when it gets to that last play, the ball gets stolen.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll get it to the middle, they'll get it back to a wing, and then they'll try to enter it, but it just, their speed kind of recovers on some of that. I think the zone may be something to kind of stick with. We'll see if Coach Broom can stick with that zone. Not sure. 8 Beaver turnovers in that first. That's a turnover a minute, which I think Coach Broom is frustrated with. And again, those turnovers leading to quick points. Franklin with only 2 turnovers, but really, the speed is what is really affecting Ballard's game tonight. Franklin looks ready to play. It might have been a cold bus ride over, but they are as warm as toast.
Yeah, they are. A couple starters back in for the Beavers, Billy Shake and Asher Simpson. Also the first look here at Max Schreiber. Good-looking sophomore guard, 5'11", tough defender, tough kid all around. Franklin beats the ball down. Oh, that's a great play there.
Yeah, looks like Billy stood in there and took that charge. I do like Craig Jackson. The ball movement on Franklin is really good. I think, a lot of those kids are touching the basketball. They look like they're really confident with some of the stuff they're running, and that's maybe a little bit of a veteran team.
Yeah, very unselfish. They know where the other players are going to be. Here go the Beavers again trying to break the press. They get it across half court to Will Bellman. He's going to put it on the ground, the 6'7" center. Over to Max Schreiber, finds Asher Simpson, cutting the basket. Looks like Jelani Tolbert stepped in there, got a hand on it, and we're going to stay Beaver basketball.
Franklin with 16 fouls, the Beavers with 3, so the next foul going to be into the one-on-one. So
Billy Shake takes the ball inbounds here, and he finds Will Bowden. It's like Maurice Barnett might have been holding Bowden there.
Yeah, Barnett with the hold there off the ball. Great call by veteran official Bob Huntsberger.
Well, Shake takes the ball out of bounds here again for the Beavers. Gets his players in place. finds Cole Knutson in the corner. Knutson's going to put the ball on the ground. The smooth shooting lefty over to Max Shriver. Back to Asher Simpson. Back to Cole Knutson in the corner. There's your shooter with the ball in the corner. Misses the three-pointer. Rebound, Will Bowden goes back to the basket all the way. Can't get the bucket to fall. Maurice Barnett with the rebound. He's going to go all the way to the basket. Misses the lay-in. Out of bounds. Out of bounds by Barnett. Beaver basketball. Almost took a charge there by Asher Simpson. But Brian Kirk saw it differently. We're going the other way. Here's this full court pressure again by the Quakers. Billy Shake. Cole Knutson is just going to pass the ball back and forth. Shake finds Asher Simpson up the floor. Max Shriver in the corner. And out to Billy Shake for reset. Looks like the Quakers are in a 2-3. Billy Shake takes the ball all the way to the basket. Draws contact, no foul called. Gets his own rebound and puts the ball back in. There's your first field goal for the Beavers. 24-4. 6:48 left in the second quarter. They fall back into 2-3 again here, Billy.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key. They just need to stay active. I mean, if I'm in Coach Broom's shoes, I'd rather give up some three-point shots than some of the penetration.
Yep, there's a three-point shot right there. Off the mark by the freshman.
My point exactly.
Yeah. You must have done some coaching in your time, Billy. Will Bowden with a 15-foot jumper. Can't hit it. Nice rebound there by Max Shriver. Actually, it looks like Javion Garnett came in.
Great hustle by a young man. Go in there, made a great play, knocked it off of Cole's foot. One thing I saw earlier in a couple of the possessions, Max Shriver, if you see some of those ball fakes, gives a little bit of a fake. To some of our young players out there listening, that ball fake can really draw the defense up and allow you a better passing angle. John?
Back here, the Beavers fall back into the 2-3. Franklin's going to turn the ball over. Billy Chase going to track down the loose pass. Ooh!
Well,
finds Will Bowden. Just lost his footing on his way to the basket.
And by rule, I think when you fall over, it's a travel, but I don't know if maybe he didn't have control of the ball on that one, John. I thought that maybe a travel and back. I guess Franklin gets it either way, but just had a wide open layup and just kind of tripped there.
That is unfortunate. So here come the Quakers the other way again. Marquand Williams sets up. And you can tell that they are looking for Maurice Barnett. He is trolling baseline to baseline here against this Beaver 2-3. And there he gets the ball here. All eyes on him for the Beavers. Marquand Williams going to drive in the lane, kick out to the corner for the three-pointer. That's off the mark by Brian Fine. That's the first look we've had of him. Asher Simpson with the rebound. He's going to force the action. Will Bowden back to Asher Simpson. Finds Cole Knutson in the corner. No shot. Drives into the lane. Ooh, nice move by Cole Knutson. Great patience there in the paint. Kind of the up and under, goes back to the basket. So 24-6. Beavers knocked down a couple buckets here in a row. Marquand Williams is going to slow up the action here again.
I think Coach Broom would like those. They've given up a couple of three-point shots there to Franklin. I think those are the shots that Mike Broom wants to give up.
Yeah, now you can actually see Franklin is seeing that those shots might be available. And it's as a shooter, you start to second guess it when you're too wide open. So Coach Broom kind of packing things in here, going to give up something. They've got Barnett now posted to high post, but actually stepped out the three-pointer here, misses the three-pointer. Rebound Asher Simpson, going to force the action again. Looks ahead of the action to Will Bowden all the way to the bucket. Oh, return to sender. Maurice Barnett goes up and sends the ball back on Will Bowden. Boy, that was impressive.
Can't let that affect your confidence the next time. Keep going, keep pushing.
Boy, but
great play.
You see the athleticism of these Quakers. That was impressive. Beaver basketball on the side. Are we going on the side? Yep, on the side, Cole Knutson. Screen down Asher Simpson. Easily gets the ball into Billy Shake. He's going to set up traffic here. Here comes the trap. Billy Shake's able to break it. Ooh, gets the ball stripped. Head of the action. Number 23. Oh, with the flush. Javion Garrett. Head of the action. The two-hand hammer.
That's the 10th Beaver turnover, John.
That got everybody off their seat. And now the Beavers look a little rattled. Turnover, Shriver tried to pass it to Will Bowden. Went right between his legs.
Olsen returns for the Beavers.
Yeah, Olsen's going to come in here.
Looks like Ballard's going to stick with that 2-3 zone here with 4 minutes remaining. 20-point lead for Franklin.
Franklin, early shot here. Misses the three-pointer. Rebound, Bowden. Finds Oscar Olsen, but ooh. Kind of a
get poked away there, yeah.
A bit of a nonchalant pass there by Bowden. Nice rebound here. Max Shriver off the missed three-pointer by Garner. Looks ahead of the action to Oscar Olsen. There's Will Bowden. Will Bowden got a big target in there. Can't find him. Max Shriver avoiding the double team. Oscar Olson. Those double teams just keep coming from the Quakers. Is this relentless. Finds Max Shriver at the high post. Nice corner. Look
nice
for Cole Knutson. Cole, there you go. Cole Knutson. Three-pointer. 26-9. Boy, the Beavers needed that, didn't they, Billy?
Yeah, nice play again. Dribble drive. Here comes Franklin right back at you.
Right back at you with a three-pointer. Offensive rebound again by Barnett. Misses, but he's going to draw the foul. And it looks like that's on Asher Simpson. Asher Simpson tried to take the charge there, but feet weren't set. It looks like Brian Kirk saw something there. His feet might have been shuffling. So Barnett back to the line here for two shots.
Franklin 4-0 and showing John why they are 4-0. This is Franklin really putting on a clinic here early, 26-9, make it 27-9 as they step to the free throw line. Coach Jackson and his staff have to be happy at this point with the effort level of those kids on the road coming out ready to play.
Yeah, Barnett just into double figures now, 10 points. Lines up his second free throw here. And misses that. Quakers having trouble with the free throw line.
Great strong rebound there by Bowden.
Outlets it to Oscar Olson. Here's that pressure again by the Quakers.
Try to trap at half court, John, if they can. Here comes the trap.
Nice. Oh, 10-second call on the Beavers. Oscar Olson had fouled Will Bowden, but 10-second call.
I don't know if, Coach Broom may not be as upset with that. It is a turnover, but it's a dead ball turnover. The clock is stopped. Franklin, they're inbounded, but you get a chance to get your defense set.
Yep, absolutely. Looks like we might back to it. Nope, still in the 2-3 here for Coach Broom. No reason to get out of that now. Marquand Williams here. Oh, with the alley-oop.
He thought he kind of ooped it. There was alley, but maybe not as much oop on that one.
Oh, the one-hand flip in by Maurice Barnett. He's got 12. Oscar Olson again finds Will Bowden. One dribble, corner pass to Xavier Kelly. No shot there. Back to Oscar Olson. Here comes the trap. Finds Bowden again at the high post. Turns around, tries to drop in the 15-footer. No good. Rebound, Marquand Williams. And he's going to slow up the
action.
Coach
Jackson yelling out a play here. Looks like they want to try to get something out of this zone here, specific play.
Coach Broom sticking in the 2-3. Finds Matron Garner. Marquand Williams drives in the lane, kicks to the corner. Comes up a bit short, Jelani Tolbert. But the offensive rebound and put back by Vetravon Garner. Here come the Beavers again. Find Bowden. Get it across half court. Ooh, kind of a lazy pass there. Picked off by Garner. Oh! Head of the action for the flush, but Barnett can't get this one to go down. Rebound Beavers. Oscar Olson finds Xavier Kelly on the wing. Dumps it off to Will Bowden into the post. Kicks it out.
Nice extra pass.
There's Cole Knutson. There's the guy you want with the ball. Nice offensive rebound. Will Bowden. Nice action. Can't get the putback. And rebound Williams. Boy, Williams gets a lot of rebounds
really
for a
active.
5'10" point guard.
Very, very active. Very active. I like Franklin kids are very active around the basketball.
Beavers slide back into their 2-3. Hands out into the corner. There's Barnett. Knocks down the three-pointer. Boy, he is dangerous from every spot on the court, Billy.
That was set up to screen in the top of that zone. Really allows that penetration. You can screen a zone. It's just, even if it's not man-to-man, you can still screen against the zone. It's very effective.
Yeah, absolutely. Beavers bring the ball down the floor here again. Man-to-man for Franklin. 34-9. 1:10 left here in the second quarter. Beavers able to move the ball around the perimeter fairly easily right now. A little bit of a lax defense here by Franklin. You don't see that very often. Nice find by Oscar Olson into Will Bowden. Misses the shot, but gets the foul. Ooh, Maurice Barnett slams the ball on the floor. No call there. Could have maybe got some action there.
Barnett with 15 points. So he's got 15 of the 34.
Man, he is impressive. Dan Perry with the call there. That is the second call on Xavier Kelly.
As you look at some of those numbers for Franklin, allowing 60, scoring 69, and 6.3 blocks per game. We've seen a couple of block shots, 6 blocks per game in a high school. Very, very impressive.
Very
2
impressive
so far tonight. Thanks, John.
That's the tough thing with Franklin. You know what you're going to get with Franklin, and you still can't stop it. So Coach Broom going to dig deep here and try to solve this here with 59 seconds left, probably going to halftime. And make some adjustments.
With a minute left, let's remind our listeners, Gary Dunn will be with us at halftime. Gary is going to have some special guests with him. We'll do a little recap. Gary will be on the air here at half, so stay tuned for our halftime show.
Marquand Williams here sets up the offense, gets his players where he wants them. They got Barnett there at the high post. That's the guy they're really looking for, and the Beavers know that. They're kind of sagging in there. Williams drives in the lane, kicks to the corner again. That might be the freshman again. Misses the three-pointer. Offensive rebound by Barnett. He puts it back up. Missed. Another offensive rebound by the Quakers. Yeah, looks like Cole Knutson might have slapped that out of the hands of...
Three black shirts, though, around that basketball. You got to give Franklin very, very active. Wherever the basketball is, you might see one Franklin Quaker, two, maybe three.
Yeah, it looks like I got that one wrong. Went out of bounds on the Quakers. So Beaver basketball, Cole Knutson's going to try to inbound the ball here. Almost gets the 5-second call. Dumps it off to Max Schreiber. And he got man-to-man full court pickup. Gets the ball across half court. Good pressure here by Marquand Williams. Oh, he gets right out. He steals the ball right away from Schreiber all the way to the bucket. Misses the lay-in. Good pressure there. Oh, that could be. And boy, Quakers.
End-to-end action. We got 6 seconds left. It's a 34-10 game, but boy, Franklin is still all over the floor.
I'm gonna lose my breath here, Billy. Yeah, we had the ball slapped away, went off the leg of one of the Quakers all the way to the other end of the floor. Beaver basketball under the basket with 6.4 left here in the quarter. Let's see if they can get a bucket here going into halftime, get a little momentum built.
This baseline out of bounds brought to our friends by at Sip and Ship. Thanks for their support. Sip and Ship.
Billy Shake tries to inbounds the ball here. Can't find anybody. Almost a 5-second call again. Gets into Cole Knutson. Billy Shake, 3 seconds left. Gets off a three-pointer at the buzzer. Ooh, comes up short. And Marquand Williams with another rebound. The long court heave comes up short. Good rebounding there by Marquand Williams here in the first half.
Yeah, John, that was back and forth action, 34-10. We've got our 10-minute half. Gary Dunn is going to come in and take us from there. Barnett leading with 15 points at this point, and Franklin has really controlled this, John, from the tip.
Yeah, they really have. They are controlling both ends, causing turnovers, getting offensive and defensive rebounds, putting a lot of pressure on the Beavers. Beavers can't knock down their three-pointers either. The Quakers have missed a number of free throws. That might be the only thing keeping the Beavers in it right now.
Yeah, and we were talking to Coach Broom earlier, and obviously you didn't want to get off to this kind of a start with a young team that, a 6 or an 8-point lead can obviously turn into a 20-point lead, and that's what's happened tonight. Just compounded, I think, a mistake or two mistakes, and all of a sudden some dunks, some emotional plays. And I give Franklin credit. As we talked about a road game in the Metro League, it's not easy.
Not easy, yeah. No road games here are easy. Getting away with a W is what everybody wants. No wins either. But go ahead, Billy.
Yeah, reminder, everyone, we're listening to Metro League High School Basketball featuring the Ballard High School Beavers on FM 107.3 KBFG. Strictly local radio, and thanks to everyone following us tonight. We're hearing from you all over Northwest Seattle. Let's toss it over to our halftime host, Gary Dunn, for our halftime report. We'll be back just after the half.
Hey, folks. I'm Gary Dunn. I'm here with Joseph McCaffrey and Principal Kevin Weinkoop. Now, Mr. Weinkoop, I want to know, what do you think of this year's Ballard basketball team?
Well, I think that we lost a lot of talent last year. Basically our top 6 or 7 leading scorers last year, and so what we're faced with this year is the guys that are really finding their way. And this is a super hard league to find your way. It's the best league in the state for sure. It's one of the best leagues in the nation, and so we've got guys that are really working hard every day. They're coming to practice, they're coming into games and learning, but there's no way that they can simulate this speed and talent in practice right now. And so they're working hard. I'm really proud of them, but it's a lot. You see the second quarter is better than the first quarter, and hopefully they can keep that up in the second half.
And so, what part of Ballard basketball are you most proud of?
It's just the way that they work. It's like day in and day out. It doesn't matter what they're facing. It's like they really come together for the community of it. I think that Coach Broom does a really good job of promoting community, of building the program the right way, working with our Ballard kids and really just trying to work on the fundamentals and really coming together. And so it's the overall experience that I'm most proud of for them.
All right, now we're going to kick it to some Ballard High School students. Now, all of you, just introduce yourself and say your class, whether you're a junior, senior, whatnot. All right.
I'm Stuart Smith, and I'm a senior.
I'm Sarah Hudson. I'm also a senior.
I'm Graham Hooper, and I'm a junior.
I'm Seth Troyer. I'm a senior.
All right. Now, whoever wants to answer this, it's going to be any of you. I just want to know, what do you think is the most fun part of going to these games? Like, what do you enjoy the most watching these games?
I really like watching the cheerleaders do their cheers and cheering along with them and hanging out with friends.
All right.
What do you think about the game so far?
We don't seem to be doing as well as the other team, but we have 10 points. So that's on the board.
It's not nothing, that's for sure. All right. And let's see. One more thing. I don't know. What's your favorite school subject? Just to go around. Favorite school subject. I don't know. Favorite class? I don't know.
Math with Miss Roos or physics with Mr. Moose?
He's a popular teacher.
AP Chem with Dr. Moody.
Physics with Mr. Moose.
Good answer.
Physics with Mr. Moose.
All right. Thank you guys for all joining us. Enjoy the rest of the game. And now we'll have one more interview today. We're joined by Kings basketball coach. All right. I wanted to know, Coach, first can you introduce yourself to the people
Yeah, I'd be
listening?
happy to. Coach Dave here. I coached at Kings High School. I'm the JV varsity assistant coach this year. I've been doing that the past 3 years. Before that, I was the C team coach at Ballard High. So very familiar with the Beavers. Came back to cheer them on tonight, and hope they do a little bit better here in the second half. But some good things. Their defense was real solid. I think at times they boxed out. It looks like they've been working on that. A point of emphasis in practice. But if they can limit the turnovers, they can try to get back into the game a little bit.
All right. And, Coach, I just want you to... How long have you been a coach for?
So this is my third year at Kings, and I've done 3 years before that at Ballard.
All right. Could you just describe your coaching experience? What do you really take out of it? What drives you to keep doing it?
Sure. I coach for the kids. I love to be around the kids. I get a lot out of it, teaching them the game that I grew up with, and passing that along, the things that I've learned. It's really fun to see them grow and to move on. I saw an old Ballard player that I coached at the C team here come to cheer on his guys. And I know Coach Rogers doing the broadcast. He's got a few guys that are moving on and are on the Ballard staff. So that's a real thrill to see them carry the game with them and teach that to the next generation of players out there.
All right. And one more question for you. What do you think Ballard needs to do to try and get some more points on the board?
Well, that's a great question. That starts with taking care of the basketball. I think their inexperience really caught up with them. They got 15 sophomores on the squad, 8 juniors and seniors combined. Their inexperience is showing in the first half. They just don't take care of the ball very well. A lot of turnovers. If they can slow the game down as much as they can and get a great shot, the shots that they've had in the corner there with Cole Knutson have been decent looks. He's just got to knock some in the second half and then continue to rebound the ball. I don't think Franklin's a team that's going to put up 100 points, so they can stay in it if they get a good look on offense and take care of the basketball. But look for them to play hard in the second half, to get some good looks on offense, and hopefully close the gap.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Coach.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Now we're going to kick it to an interview that was previously recorded. It's from an old Ballard player who graduated years ago, Simon Shizeski. Technical difficulties, folks. 1 minute.
Great to see some. It's great to see some Beaver alumni tonight. Great to see some Beaver alumni in the house tonight. We've also got a few scores from around the Metro League. Seattle Prep up on Garfield, 38-34 at the half. A slight upset there. Rainier Beach, 51-43 in the second quarter. Eastside Catholic, 30-33. West Seattle, 32. Another great matchup. Thanks, John, for some of those scores, and one more for fans interested in the Ingram Rams. Chief South 35, Ingram 34. Here are halftime score: the Franklin Quakers 34, the Ballard Beavers 10.
All right, we have it cleared up now. So here is the interview that was previously recorded before the game with former Ballard alumni Simon Shizeski.
Ballard Beavers. Simon, good to have you here tonight. Tell us what you're up to these days.
So I'm going to be attending the University of Washington in January for a start in winter quarter. And pretty much other than that, I've just been chilling at home with my family, and that's about it.
Cool. And you were part of last year's miracle late season run for the Beavers. Watching the game tonight, what do you miss most about the game, and what was your greatest highlight?
I miss the atmosphere and just like being out there with all my team and the crowd, and like my parents coming out to the games. It's just like one of those things that I think about what I could have done while I was still playing, but other than that, the team looked all right. They got some stuff to improve on, but it's going to be a pretty fun season, I think.
Okay, and this is an obvious question, but what's your favorite highlight from last year?
33 points, Chief South. Hit the game winner, 1 second left, tie it up. Splash, crowd rushed the court. Crazy.
And how's your shot these days?
Always wet. It does never go away. It never goes away.
Yeah, you'll have to prove that to me. All right, thanks for joining us here, Simon.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining me for the Ballard halftime. Now I'm going to kick it back to Billy Rogers and John Adams.
Great, Gary. Thanks
Gary.
so much. Great to have you, everybody, back with us. The teams are back on the floor. Our officials back on the floor, 34-10. A couple of shout-outs to some of our friends listening all over Seattle tonight. John?
Got a few friends listening from Idaho. My dad in Coeur d'Alene listening in, and Dave and Jess in Boise, thanks for listening in.
Eric Taylor in the Phoenix basketball program is listening in here in Northwest Seattle. Also to Jamie and her family listening here in the Madison Park neighborhood. Hello, Jamie. Thank you for joining us. Christina in Broadview. Hi, Christina. Thanks so much for being a part of Ballard Beaver basketball.
Well, Billy, here we go, getting the second half underway. Franklin ball on the side. We'll see what Coach Broom here dialed up at halftime. And there's Marquand Williams. I can't tell you how impressed I am with him, just not only his ball control, but the way he rebounded that first half.
I forgot to mention Marcus from Shoreline. Marcus, thank you so much for tuning in and supporting us on the air. Marcus, thank you.
They had a shot in the corner there from Barnett for the three, missed it. Rebound, Ballard. Looked like it was a foul there on Franklin.
Well, that's a better start than we had to open the game, John. The students didn't get a whole lot to root about. Who had that call, John?
It looked like it was veteran official Dan Perry with the call there. That was on Javion Garrett. Oscar Olsen, here comes that trap again. He gets the ball. Oh, God, Franklin really plays hard.
That could have been a clipping foul. I think that is a clipping. That could be 15 yards on a clip there.
Franklin gets their hands on a lot of balls. And, boy, that was incredible effort there by that's the Kerry Richardson. What a great effort. We're going to keep it here with Ballard ball, though. Asher Simpson inbounds the ball to Oscar Olsen. And let's see if the Beavers can get something going here. Will Bowden at the high post. There's the double again on Will Bowden. He's got to pick up his dribble. He does. Gets it over to Oscar Olsen on the wing. Stop and pop from 10. Missed.
Good shot.
Oh, Will Bowden almost the offensive rebound. Loses it. Rebound. Vitravon Garner gets the ball across half court. Backs the ball out here to Marquand Williams. He sets up the offense. Beavers are going to stick in the 2-3. 15-foot jumper by Garner, no good. Offensive rebound, back to Garner, the high post, no good. Another offensive rebound. Finally, Beavers collect the ball.
Good hard rebound there by Cole Knutson.
Press the action to Will Bowden. And it looks like we're going to stay here. I actually like that, Billy. I like the fact that Asher Simpson's looking up the floor, trying to get some early action here for the Beavers. Ball went out of bounds. We're going to stay underneath here. Asher Simpson, ball out of bounds. Simpson surveys the floor here, finds Cole Knutson in the corner. Quick three-pointer. Comes in and out.
Good looking shot. Good looking shot, John.
Beavers could have used that. Another rebound there for Barnett. Hand off to Williams. 2-3, puts some moves on here, and Xavier Kelly. There's a high post again to Barnett. Kicks out to Garner, knocks down the three-pointer. So you see what's happened there, Billy. They're finding Barnett at the high post. It really kind of collapses the defense, and now he's just finding his shooters.
That was our Healthy Smile pediatric dentistry shot of the night.
Nice inbound. Oh, that's a nice play. They found Xavier Kelly in the corner. Saw Will Bowden camping underneath. No defender on him. Easy layup for the Beavers. 37-12, 6 minutes, 13 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Beavers staying in that 2-3, John. They had a little bit of success with that early. The man-to-man really struggled. That's the problem with the zone, is the offensive rebound right there, right back to him.
Another offensive rebound off the missed shot, put back. And Oscar, looks like Oscar Olson's going to force the action again here to Xavier Kelly. Asher Simpson finds Big Will. Big Will had an angle, puts the ball on the ground, gets the shot up, misses it, rebound.
A little bit off balance on that shot.
Yeah, Asher Simpson, ooh. Franklin tried to force the action here again. Asher Simpson got a hand on it. Looks like he tipped out of bounds, but again, I think veteran official here, Brian Kirk, saw a little hand action there. Asher Simpson picks up, is that right? Can't be right up there. It says he's picked up is that his fourth foul? Boy, it is. Fourth foul on Asher Simpson.
He's been out there hacking. Remember, he took too early for the team there when he was having to play post defense. So those added up quick. Beavers still in their zone. Don't look to be moving as quick as they were in that zone in the first half, which could be a problem.
Oh boy, another three-pointer by Barnett off the mark, but another offensive rebound here. This one by, let's see, that was by Nakari Richardson. Boy, undersized, 5'11" offensive rebound. You got to have him out of the lane. Doesn't get the shot, but draws the foul. And wow, that's the fifth. Is that on Asher Simpson again?
You know, John, you look at the score here, and I think as a fan you could get, 39-12. But a young team, I think both coaches are going to value this second half because you've got Coach Broom, a young team's going to let some of these young guys, hey, you're going to play in games like this whether you're up or you're down. They need the game experience, and I think Coach Jackson thinks of it from the other side where, boy, he's got to keep his guys sharp, and they're going to want to make sure to continue to pressure so his team does not fall asleep.
Yeah, absolutely. These young Beavers, this is their first action against a high-pressure, high-pressing team like Franklin Athletic. And so these are teachable moments here for the young Beavers. Asher Simpson with his fifth foul. Boy, already out of the game here, one of their stars with 5 minutes left.
A couple of our fans over in Spokane have asked us for that North Central score. So North Central 48, Shadle Park 41 from the Greater Spokane League.
Oh, that's my side of the state. And another turnover by Beavers with, oh boy, Trevon Garner with the pick. Throws it off the backboard for the two-hand hammer from Maurice Barnett. Boy.
Yes.
Go ahead, Billy.
Well, I'm just going to say that's another kind of point off the turnovers. We've kind of talked about that. We've got 13, several points off the turnovers, and it just is, it kind of adds up. You turn the ball over, and it gives up two.
Yeah, the Beavers able to break the press that time, get the ball ahead to Will Bowden, knocks in two. 41-14. Franklin, 4:30 left in the third quarter. Three-pointer chucked up, no good. Air ball. Rebound, Cole Knutson. Again, there's that Franklin pressure, just trying to get the ball advanced past their own three-point line. Got to get the ball across half court here. Fortunate to avoid the 10-second call here. Xavier Kelly tries to skip pass, and there's Barnett again. Boy, he is just everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of tip balls, deflections. A lot of coaches, too, will track those deflections and tips as a kind of a sign of how active your team is. So those I think Coach Jackson is happy to see his team up with a comfortable lead, still deflecting the ball and causing trouble.
Billy Shea cannot find anybody here to get the ball. He finally finds Cole Knutson. Cole Knutson drops it directly into Will Bowden. He's got a mismatch here. Let's see if he can actually collect on it. Goes to the basket, misses the lay-in. Another rebound by Barnett. And dumps the ball off to Williams. Franklin in no hurry here. But the Beavers fall back into their 2-3 here.
I think you got to kind of stay with that. Just the matchups are not favorable here for the Beavers.
I say they're in no hurry, but then it's a one-pass shot. Missed the three-pointer. Another offensive rebound for the Quakers and a putback. That one by Nakari Richardson.
We're going to get those. John's going to get us those rebounding numbers here in just a second, but there's got to be a large disparity on the offensive boards.
Beavers able to get the ball across half court. Billy Shake, but looks like he dragged his pivot foot there. And we're going to get another turnover for the Beavers.
Seattle Preps extended that lead over Garfield, John, 43-37 in the third quarter. So just that's a big game, and Ballard's next opponent coming up with the Garfield Bulldogs, which are down 6. You don't want to get an angry Bulldog.
No, you do not. That, again, is a nationally ranked team. You thought Franklin stuff. That Garfield team, they are loaded. Here's Franklin again with a three-pointer from the corner. That one by Tavion Reed, no good. Rebound, head of the action, Oscar Olsen all the way to the glass, knocks down a nice lay-in. Nice job there for the sophomore guard, the 5'8" sophomore guard. Good-looking kid there, good-looking shooter. Knocks down the lay-in.
Yeah, Franklin with 28 of those rebounds, Ballard with 13. So a big disparity on the rebound side too, John, which the score would indicate.
Yeah, absolutely. Franklin again trying to force the action. Barnett puts the ball on the ground. Tries to drive baseline. Runs into Cole Knutson. Ball out of bounds. So ball out of bounds underneath the basket here for Franklin. And Barnett's going to find Tavion Reed.
I think X tripped him on that one, Coach.
Yeah, I think he did too. And it looks like a veteran official there, Bob Huntsberger, saw the foul there. Real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to Brad and Greenwood. Thanks for listening into our broadcast tonight.
And Domisi out in, looks like Pierce County, out in our Tacoma. Thank you for listening in Pierce County. We're big.
Turnover here by Franklin. Looks like
Coach Jackson's going to take a 30-second timeout here too, John.
Fifth turnover on Franklin while Ballard's at 15. So seeing the rebound differential, the turnover differential, those are really the differences in the game right now, Billy.
You got it. Reminder, you are listening to Metro League High School Boys Basketball featuring the Ballard High School Beavers on FM 107.3 KBFG. Reminder, you can also stream us from anywhere on the World Wide Web. From any continent, from any place on the World Wide Web. www.fulcrum, FULCRUMMCC.org, and then we'll put a big / listen. So join us from anywhere as our folks are tuned in around the world joining us tonight. Also, this is John Adams on play-by-play, Billy Rogers, John Marstall, our Stats and Sports Information Director, and Gary Dunn, our engineer and halftime reporter, with you here from Ballard High School. John, let's keep it rolling. 3 minutes left in the third.
Ball inbounds here, Beavers. Looks like Franklin's finally going to press back on that pressure. Just picking up half court now. Oscar Olsen able to handle it pretty effectively here. Bounce pass into Billy Shake, who's around the basket. Not usually seeing him there. Able to go up with the basket. Isn't able to get the fall down, but does draw the contact here. And that is on, let's say 32. Yeah, 32.
You know, Mike's still coaching these guys hard. Brought a couple of his guards back over to the bench, giving them instructions. Coach Jackson is coaching hard on his end. You know, these scores can be, as the scores is lopsided at this point, but again, early on in the season, both these teams with 15-plus games to play, lots of work to be had. I don't think Coach Jackson said it's been a perfect game either, but you got to love their energy and effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Franklin all the way down. It's like
That was Miles Phillips just walking right down Broadway there for 2 points.
Well, you really like him. He's a freshman, 6-foot freshman. That's 6 points for Phillips. Little check in here. We got Victor and Garner with 12 points. Maurice Barnett for Franklin with leading all scores with 17. And over for Ballard, 7 points for Cole Knutson. Billy Shake with 4. Will Bowden chipping in 5. And Oscar Olsen with 2. So Oscar Olsen controlling the ball again here at the free throw line. Kind of a step back jumper. I like that. No good. Comes up a bit short. Another rebound there by Barnett.
Barnett, just a tough, solid two-handed rebound. Just a solid rebound.
Yeah, Beavers have had no answer for him all night. Phillips kick pass over to McCary Richardson. No good. Another offensive rebound. There's Richardson again with another offensive rebound.
Tavion Reed had that first offensive rebound. It looks like Knutson took it away. Franklin had, again, you give Franklin 2 or 3 chances, it could hurt you.
Oh, that's a tough call there. Beavers able to get the ball in a 2-on-1 action here. Xavier Kelly with a great pass to Russell, but yeah, it looks like
Richardson stood in there and took that charge. Nice play by him. Couple of in-progress scores, too, from the NBA. Minnesota 76, Philadelphia 75. Sacramento up on Phoenix 55-53. John?
You know, Billy, I wish you wouldn't have told me that 76er score. I got that game DVR'd at home. He's going to watch it after this, but yeah, it looks like Franklin with the offensive foul.
We traded offensive fouls. I think we traded off charges on each end, John.
Looks like Franklin's going to pick up full court again here in the Beavers. Beaver squad right now, Billy Shake, Oscar Olsen, Bryce Russell, Xavier Kelly, and Cole Knutson on the floor. And it looks like Franklin
That was a waste management charge, one of our waste management charges. Thank you to Waste Management for supporting KBFG.
There's Cole Knutson with a three-pointer. Boy, just off the mark tonight on his three-pointer. He is really the best shooter for the Beavers. 1 for 4 tonight from the three-point line. There's Barnett from the three-pointer the other way, and he gets it.
Smooth.
Man.
Smooth as silk, John. Smooth as silk. One of the better players we've seen to this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how many's that for Barnett? Let's ask John. That's 20. Just rang the 20-point bell. Ding ding.
Oscar Olsen finds Bryce Russell. One dribble all the way to the 10. Draws the contact. Can't get the bucket to fall, but going to go to the line for 2 here. Impressive drive there by Russell. Looked like a bit of a log jam there in the middle of the key, but he was able to get the ball up and draw the foul. So see if he can knock down these 2 free throws here. Good-looking sophomore. Misses the first one. Misses it badly.
Mike Broom talking to his bench. I think you're going to continue. Both teams are going to we're going to see some substitutes. We're going to see some young kids getting in the game. As we know, Ballard starters are still considered a young team, but I think we're going to see some young kids getting involved throughout the game here as we've minute left here in the fourth quarter. John Adams.
Beavers fall back in the 2-3 again. Good action here. Good ball movement there by Tavion Reed. Finds Barnett at the high post. That's the guy that's been killing him.
Great pivot. Great strong pivot at that elbow spot.
Kicks it to the corner, 32. Khalil Goodman can't get the three-pointer to fall. And it looks like we're going to get a foul here on the Quakers.
That's Richardson. Looks like he pushed. Looks like a pushing foul there. That's
22 that it was.
And we're going to shoot one-on-one there. I think, is that Billy Shake going to shoot the one-on-one?
Yeah, it looks like Cole Knutson.
Cole Knutson got fouled. Thanks, John. Knutson got fouled. Knutson will shoot the one-on-one. Richardson charged with the foul away from the ball.
That's his 3rd foul. So 47-19, 30 seconds left here in the 3rd. Cole Knutson, sharp shooting left, and misses the free throw. Another rebound there by Barnett.
Cole struggling. He needs to power up with Domani Pizza and Pasta.
Tavion Reed missed, and there's another offensive rebound by the Quakers. Looked like that was the freshman Miles Phillip back up with the easy 2. Oscar Olsen trying to get the ball back up. Nice spin move, get out a little pressure there by the Quakers. Stops and pops at 14, no good. Rebound to Kerry Richardson. Here come the Quakers again, pushing the action. There's Barnett at the top. 15-foot jump shot, no good at the buzzer. Can't get it to fall, but 49-19 here at the into the third quarter. It looks like
got some substitutes coming. It looks like some young, if you can call Beavers bringing in some young players, they are really young. John, we're going to have to dig into our scorebook here to see who some of these young kids are. I think we're going to get a preview of the Ballard Beavers of 2018, 2019, 2020, and I'm probably going to see a preview of the Franklin Quakers of 18, 19, and 20 as well.
Yeah, Billy, Coach Broom knows what he's got here. This is at this point when you got a 30-point lead, Coach Broom knows that this is an opportunity to get those young guys in the game, get them some experience, get them used to some of this pressure you're going to see from Franklin. This is Metro League basketball. You're going to see this every single game. So I think into the game right now, we're going to get our first look here at Tycho Strigler. He's a sophomore for the Beavers.
Yeah, Beavers are 1 for 12 from the 3. John Marstall, our expert statistician, pointed that out, and I do think that you can't complain. Some of the looks have been good shots, but they just have not fallen to give the Beavers any margin. And then you couple that with great Franklin defense and their activity on the offensive glass and the defensive glass. Just a reminder: I'm Billy Rogers, John Adams, John Marstall, Gary Dunn, Eric Moose with you tonight. You are listening to 107.3 KBFG, 49-19 Quakers, and for the fourth quarter play-by-play, the voice of the Beavers, John Adams.
Beavers trying to break some of this pressure. Franklin just relentless with their pressure. Finds Paulson. Paulson cross-court. There's Tycho with the first look. Tycho Strigler turned over. Gets the ball back. Finds Oscar Olsen for the 3. And Olsen knocks it down. Boy, that was a good look there. You got 3 sophomores in here, Billy.
I'm having to dig into my roster, John, to identify some of these numbers out here, but I like what I'm seeing.
Strong finish the other end by the Quakers. Oscar Olsen, a bit of an undersized guard here, 5'8", but boy, he has a good stroke. Maybe besides Cole Knutson, might be the best shooter on the Beavers. Here comes the Beavers again, trying to force the action. Finds Paulson, 17 feet, no good. Rebound again by Marquand Williams. It seems to end here. Finds Tolbert.
Again, kick to that opposite side. Nice looking. The shot was off, but nice ball movement again by Franklin.
Another offensive rebound by Franklin, just killing the Beavers.
Yeah, the rebounding is a concern. Franklin with 45 rebounds to the 21 of the Beavers, and that tells a little bit of the story, as John Marstall points out to us, because that you couple that with the three-point shooting and the turnovers, you really get yourself have some problems. The Beavers with 15, Franklin with 5.
Veteran Garner able to get the bucket and the free throw. 54-22, Franklin.
Got a note here, John. I want to big a shout out to the Ballard High School Choir. They were out today singing holiday carols around the Northwest at several senior centers and community service organizations. Courtney and the Ballard High School Choir, just a big shout out. Want to thank them for creating holiday spirit throughout the Northwest.
Marquand Williams again forcing the action. Drives in the line, kick no good from the corner from Brian Kwan. Rebound Cole Knutson. Going to find Tycho Strigler in the corner. Back to Knutson, 15 feet.
Nice jumper.
Nice stop and pop there by Knutson.
That's a tough shot. You have to have your feet set. Nice. You know, Cole's got a beautiful shot. That was followed in very nicely.
The Beavers are going to fall back into 2-3 again.
That's Cole's 9th point. He's the leading scorer for the Beavers, John.
3 sophomore guards here on the floor for the Beavers. Tycho Strigler.
Ballard still in that 2-3 zone. Looks like could be a look at the Washington Huskies there with the 2-3. Coach Hopkins is starting to rub off on some of the local coaches here, and we're going to see some more. I predict you're going to see some more 2-3 zone amongst our high school coaches, and Coach Broom's taking that to heart. You're going to see some 2-3 today.
Yeah, he brings that Syracuse influence to the West Coast. Quakers inbound the ball again here. Veteran Garner finds Marquand Williams from a long three-pointer, no good. Off the bar, here comes Brian Fahn with the rebound.
Another offensive rebound.
Back to Garner, cross court over to Tolbert, knocks down the 3.
He's a good-looking player.
Yeah, he is their best pure three-point shooter.
Yeah, he's 6'2", senior Jelani Tolbert. He's just got a great basketball build, long and skinny, long arms, great-looking shot. I like Tolbert.
Yeah, nice cut here through. Paulson at the high post. Good cutters. Cole Knutson doesn't find him. Oscar Olsen trying to break the pressure here again by Quan. Max Schreiber. A little confusion here by the Beavers. They're going to have a little bit better spacing.
Bailed out on that foul there.
Yeah, they did. Finally find Tycho Strigler, and he draws the foul. Looks like he's going to go to the free throw line.
Thank goodness for Dan Perry and that whistle. Dan came to the aid of the Ballard Beavers there with that whistle. Saved them. They were going nowhere fast, but the whistle kind of saved them. And we get a one-on-one out of this deal.
Dan is a veteran official.
That's like finding a little loose change in your pocket, able to get yourself a coffee. That was all good.
Yeah, it puts a smile on your face.
Coach Broom still out there coaching them hard. Got to give credit to our student section. They haven't had a whole lot to cheer about tonight, but they're still here and they're still rooting for the Beavers.
And Oscar Olsen just having fits here. Marquand Williams just continuing to put the pressure on him, causes a turnover back to the Quakers. 57-24. 5-11 here in the fourth quarter.
It'll be fun, John, as we kind of go along and kind of see how these teams have developed throughout the season and see how their years go.
Oh, Billy. Boy, you're seeing this play now. Marquand Williams just throws up the alley-oop to Javion Garrett with the two-hand flush. Marquand, boy, that's the third dunk tonight for the Quakers. Oscar Olsen trying to bring the ball up the floor again. Gets fouled by Marquand Williams this time.
When Franklin's in that division, that Metro League Valley division, as they battle Garfield, Cleveland, Nathan Hale, and Ingram. So, boy, that Franklin, Garfield, and Cleveland are really probably the top half of that division, both Nathan Hale and Ingram at 0-4. And, of course, the Beavers are in the Sound division as they battle Rainier Beach, West Seattle, Chief Sealth, and Roosevelt.
Oscar Olsen to the free throw line, knocks down the first of 2. Now, Cole Knutson, just for the Beaver squad, Cole Knutson on the season, leading the team with 11.5 points a game. Will Bowden with 7 and Billy Shake with 4. Tonight it looks like Cole Knutson again the top scorer for the Beavers. Oscar Olsen knocks down both ends of the free throw, the 2 free throws. Here comes Marquand Williams again. Good pressure here up top from Max Schreiber. I like the looks of this sophomore guard. Great defender, strong defender. Marquand Williams pushes the ball in the lane, gets it out to Brian Kwan with a teardrop from 10 feet. Can't get that to fall, gets his own rebound. Finds Garner in the corner, rotates
Still
over.
not look good even when it left his hands.
Yeah, Tolbert, good rebound here ahead of the action. Oscar Olsen, and we're going to hopefully get a goaltending for that. Goaltending here.
Great call, John. Great call.
Oscar Olsen all the way to the bucket, but gets that goaltending call. 59-26, 4:25 left in the fourth quarter.
So Friday night, the Franklin Quakers, they get the Roosevelt Rough Riders, and the Ballard Beavers head to Garfield. So 4 minutes, teams can start looking ahead to Friday and get the preparations ready.
Quakers rotating the ball around the floor here. Nice passing, interior passing there from Javion Garrett. Finds Goodwin for the bucket. Great play there. Oscar Olsen gets the ball across half court. Marquez Williams, he's not letting up on that pressure. Still putting the pressure on Oscar all the way up, but draws the foul again. Oscar Olsen can go back to the free throw line.
I also give our officials credit. I think it's been a pretty consistent game tonight. I think sometimes when you get these lopsided games, either things can go not called and it kind of can turn into a little bit of a foul fest or whatnot. I think our officials have called what needed to be called. There's been decent flow in the game. It has been lopsided, but I think our officials have kept calling the game like you want it to be called.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reminder, we're next on the air, John. We'll be at Roosevelt High School, home of the Rough Riders. As we, January 16th, will be at Roosevelt for the Beavers, and the Riders will be one of our next broadcasts. Hoping everybody can join us in 2018 on the 16th of January at Roosevelt High School. A big rivalry matchup, the Apple Cup of Ballard and Roosevelt.
Oscar Olsen knocks down his 2 free throws, knocked down all 4 of his free throws tonight. Another shot from the corner, tried for the offensive rebound there, and Javion Garrett, like Matthew Paulson might have pushed him from the back. He's going to draw the foul, and Garrett's going to the free throw line for 2. Actually, it looks like it'll be 1-1 here, the free throw line for Garrett.
Reminder, stay tuned for our post-game show. Tonight we'll be talking to a player, talking to a Franklin Quaker tonight. We'll also get a coach's show update on the Ballard Beavers. And a reminder, you're listening to Metro League High School Basketball featuring the Ballard High School Beavers on FM 107.3 KBFG, strictly local radio in Ballard, Finney Ridge, Northgate, North Seattle, Broadview, Carkeek Park, and all over the Northwest.
Back to the action here.
Boy, it's still going up and down here, John. We need to give you a cold beverage when this is over. It's going back and forth.
Marquand Williams all the way to the bucket. Again, he is just not slowing down. This Franklin team is not slowing down at all. They are continuing to keep the pressure on the Beavers here. Marquand Williams draws the foul going to the free throw line. Only real criticism of the Quakers tonight, they cannot knock down their free throws.
And that can, again, that can affect you as you get into close league games, you get into district play, you get into state play. Lots of room left to be had.
Yeah, it looks like they're 4 for 12 tonight from the free throw line. Let's see if Williams, he finally knocks down the second here. 62-30 Quakers, 3:20 left in the game. Oscar Olsen's going to try to advance the ball here to Max Shriver. Gets the ball to Max Shriver, into Paulson, 3 feet from the bucket, can't get the ball up. Out to Oscar Olsen for 3. Ooh, in and out. Nice offensive rebound, Bryce Russell. Misses the putback, and there's another rebound by Barnett. And a little extracurricular activity here after the rebound. Barnett gets fouled by Bryce Russell. He's going to walk all the way down to the other end and shoot 1 for 1, or 1-1 here. 62-30, 3 minutes left here in the game. Billy Shake about ready to check back in the game here for the Beavers. Again, I guess that puts the 5 for 13, and that makes that 6 for 14 now from the free throw line for the Quakers. Knocks down the first there, Barnett.
Yeah, Gary's looking to get Barnett on. He got 21, John? We're looking to get Barnett on the post-game show, so hopefully Gary's going to work his magic and get Barnett on that post-game show.
Barnett steps up, eyes the second free throw, knocks it down. And it looks like Coach Jackson can take a timeout.
Going to get a few kids in the game here, I think, is what he's planning. Yeah, you've got 4 new Franklin Quakers are checking in, and gives a chance to to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. John Adams, I'm Billy Rogers, John Marstall, Gary Dunn, Eric Moose with you tonight from Ballard High School. A reminder coming up here in January, hopefully you can join us. We've still got 4 more broadcasts coming up. And reminder, January 16th, we'll be at Roosevelt High School. We take the road show. We head on the road to Roosevelt High. A rivalry that'll really be a lot of fun to see how that teams have developed. I know Roosevelt's doing a little bit of rebuilding with a young team as well.
Yeah, they are. I think that could be a good competitive game here, one the Beavers probably have their eyes on.
Exciting, too, to see Ballard High School legend Eric Taylor in the house. Fun to see a lot of the alumni. I know we talked to Simon earlier in the show. Eric Taylor, Ballard Beaver, one of the great point guards, come back to watch the team. It's fun to see some of those. I know we've got some alumni listening as well on the air as well.
Well, the Quakers get 4 new players in here. Like we got Phillips, the freshman. Khalil Goodwin. Kerry Richardson, we've seen him. Tavion Reed and Vetravon Garner in the game. For the Beavers, we got Billy Shake, Oscar Olson, Max Shriver, Tycho, and Bryce Russell. Bryce Russell at the high post right now. Kicks in and out to Max Shriver, gets a 3-pointer off, a little bit short. Nice rebound there by Tycho Strigler. Finds Max Shriver cutting to the lane.
Nice cut, nice finish.
Boy, really like the looks of Max. Able to get to the bucket, get the basket, or get the ball up to the bucket, get 2.
Under 3 minutes to play. It's a 32-point ball game, but both teams are still fighting and scrapping on a Tuesday night here in Ballard.
Franklin rotating the ball around here. Man-to-man now for the Beavers. Here's the freshman again into the lane. No good. Nice rebound there by the sophomore, Tycho. Tycho over to Billy Shake. Billy Shake's going to advance the ball here. Takes the ball to the top of the key. No good. Passes over. Finds Oscar Olson. Nice back cut there by Oscar Olson. Let's see if he can get all the way to the bucket. He does. And hits it to fall. Nice shot by Oscar Olson over the long arms of the Franklin players. Oscar Olson now with 11 points for the Beavers. Good pressure here now coming the other way by Max Shriver. And it looks like Coach Jackson saw something he didn't like. Probably wants to get his young players here organized. Again, good teachable moments here late in the game when we're really at a 30-point lead here. 64-34, 154 left in the game. Coach Jackson and Coach Broom never stop coaching. Coaching right now, trying to make their players better, get these kids some experience.
Absolutely. Great to see. I think we're going to be able to get Barnett on the show. It'll be fun to listen to hear what he had to say about tonight's game. That Franklin coaching staff still working hard, just as the Ballard Beaver coaching staff. It just from the start was a tough start for the Beavers. Franklin came out with, I tell you, supercharged energy right from the tip, and it's been an uphill battle for Coach Broom since 7:31.
The ball back in bounds here for the Quakers. Good pressure still. Beavers still putting a lot of pressure on the ball. Here comes the trap by Oscar Olson. Billy Shake able to be broken there. Behind a carry, Richardson goes up, draws some contact, doesn't get the bucket to fall, but it looks like he's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Good pressure here by the Beavers. You see Coach Broom trying everything out. Looking for a trap here, sideline trap. Probably going to see that maybe the rest of the way here for the Beavers.
You know, John, Franklin is ranked number 10 in the state, and I don't want to, again, we're in December, and we've got a long ways to go, but I think they have some pieces to make a deep run in not only the Metro League, but deep into their district. And I Coach Jackson would probably agree with us. They've got a nice balance, a nice mix of kids, and I think some veterans as well that are going to pose some problems for teams as we get into February.
Yeah, agreed. Coach Jackson, again, he's won 3 state championships, and the one thing you could look at the Franklin squad and say that comparatively maybe there's other teams in the top 10 that have more size than them, but then that's why Coach Jackson is probably continually putting this full court pressure on. Might have some size. I know Garfield, they have Brooks over there. Garfield, runs about 6'9". So I think that is, again, why Coach Jackson is so good is he knows what he's got. He knows what sort of full court pressure kind of stirs away from getting those half-court sets.
That'll be a fun neighborhood rivalry. The Franklin-Garfield game this year. I'll have to check where that is, but that'll be a fun neighborhood rivalry game.
Yeah, absolutely.
But a lot of basketball left to play in our season too. I mean, this is just the start, and for a young basketball team like Ballard and Mike Broom, as he's trying to put these pieces in this puzzle together, tonight has not been their night. But hey, you got to keep growing, you got to keep building, and when you're in a league like the Metro League, it's not easy to get any sort of momentum just because it's opponent after opponent that are very skilled.
Yep, absolutely. Kerry Richardson knocks down his free throws. Here's full court pressure again by Franklin. Not letting up at all. Able to be broken this time by the Beavers. Oscar Olsen, nice. Alleviates a little bit of the pressure there. He's going to reset here over to Tycho. Top of the key. Finds Max Shriver in the corner. Bryce Russell, strong post up here. Doesn't find him there. Oscar Olsen, head fake, one dribble into the spin move into the lane. Finds Billy. Shake, opposite corner. Beavers
Roosevelt still, Franklin's still playing good and hard man-to-man defense.
There's Tycho in the corner. Boy, Tycho Strigler, the sophomore. Billy Shake finds him in the corner, knocks down the three-pointer, 66-37. 1 minute left here.
Love that enthusiasm from the Ballard bench when that shot went down. Great to see everyone still engaged. We're under a minute here. Franklin just going to move the ball. Shot clock running down. I think at this point, try not to get anybody hurt and start looking ahead to Friday, right, John?
Yeah, absolutely. Franklin's in no hurry to get a shot up here after using 20 seconds on the shot clock. Miles Phillips knocks down that shot, 68-37. And the Beavers trying to force the action again, picked off.
That's turnover number 20.
Boy, that is the difference in the ball game. But this is why you like the Beavers squad.
Boy, Billy Sheik taking a charge. Down 31 with 27 seconds left. You got to give that young man some credit there. That is our Magnolia PT charge of the game. Wow, way to stand in there, Billy. That is a great play.
27 seconds left here. The Beavers, or the Quakers, still showing full court press. Billy Shake able to get the ball inbounds here to Max Shriver. See if they can get it across half court. They do to Oscar Olsen. Oscar Olsen head fake, puts the ball on the ground. We got 16 seconds left here. Oscar Olsen still with the ball. Finds a cutting Max Shriver. Nice dump off to Bryce Russell for the two. Boy, nice play there from the sophomore trio.
Very nice play. Very nice play.
Getting Coach Broom here, coaching all the way to the end. 3 seconds left, too. Gonna get a shot off here by the Quakers at the buzzer. Gets the two. We're going to count that for Kerry Richardson. Yes, they are.
So that'll do it. 70-39, our final. The Franklin Quakers move their record to 5-0. The Beavers dip to 0-4. And so we've got a little ways to go. But kind of a hard-fought battle, but it just, frankly, came out with way too much energy.
They sure did. I think the Beavers did the best they could, and Coach Broom gave them an opportunity to get some players in to test that pressure. But, boy, Franklin, you can just tell, I mean, they are just long, they're athletic, they're aggressive, they play end to end. And, boy, they sure showed that tonight. Some good senior leadership here from Franklin. I think we're able to get one of the Franklin players over here now for a quick post-game interview.
Maurice Barnett. Maurice, fantastic effort tonight. You guys came out. I said it was like on fast forward. You guys were flying all over the floor. Talk a little bit about that start.
Our coaches, yesterday we had we were kind of slow in practice, so we tried to show them that we can pick it up. You know, when we're coming off of practice, we must pick it up during games. They said make practice easier than the game, well, harder than the game. So we just tried to show them that we can do that.
We finished with 22 and 13, so you had a double-double. But what I liked about watching your team tonight, I thought the ball moved. I felt you were an unselfish team. Even when the score, you guys were way ahead and in control of the game, I still thought the ball moved really well. And that's a credit to you guys. Talk a little bit about the ball movement, the unselfishness of the team.
Ball movement is key to our offense. No one on our team can average 40, but we can average 40 assists. And when we pass the ball how we pass, we're unstoppable. So we just try to pass the ball.
Absolutely. The other part, the offensive rebound. You guys are so active getting to the basketball. Obviously, the double teams, Ballard had trouble with handling the basketball. But on the offensive glass, you guys were very, very active. Talk a little bit about that as well. Just hitting the offensive boards. That's something you guys practice?
Yeah, we practice it, but we just treat offensive boards like it's a defensive board. You know, when you see it, just try to get it and get an extra possession and try to fill stats up.
Well, it's fun watching you tonight. Congratulations, a big win. You guys have Roosevelt Friday. Yeah. Stay healthy. It'll be fun watching you throughout the season.
Thank you.
All right, Maurice Barnett.
Great
John.
game, Maurice.
We're also going to get a member of the Ballard Beaver coaching staff. I think we're going to get Brad Baker on the air, too, if Brad's available to talk to us. Oh, good. Here's Coach. He's just getting finished up with some of his media obligations. Great to have Brad on with us. Coach, from the start, as we were talking to Maurice, boy, Franklin looked, and it's, again, a road game. Franklin looked energized. Franklin looked quick. Franklin looked athletic. Talk a little bit about that start. It just seemed like the wind was taken out of your sails quick.
Yeah, no doubt. They capitalized on our mistakes for sure. They came out with a lot of energy. They definitely came to play today. And give them a lot of credit. You know, it's not easy to go into a place away from your own gym and come with that much energy and match sort of exceed our intensity, and that's exactly what they did, and it was just too much of a hole for us to dig out in the end.
We saw early on, I mean, the man-to-man, Asher was guarding somebody. It looked like, you know, a foot or two taller than him. You had to go to zone. You played some 2-3. Maybe talk about that a little bit. Were you happy with that? It seemed like it slowed them down in some respects, but then the offensive rebounds hurt you as well.
Right. No, they create a lot of mismatches for us, and we tried to get sort of the best matchups we could, but you're right, we gave up a lot of size down there. Asher got in foul trouble earlier, so that hurt us. We thought that the zone would help keep them out of the paint a little bit, which it did, but they come right back and hit a lot of threes, and then obviously, like you said, offensive rebounds killing us, so they're getting second and third chances, and that ended up kind of being the story there with zone. But we were pretty happy with what we could do in the zone. Just, again, too many turnovers on offense. That really was the story for us.
Absolutely. John?
Hey, you know, Brad, you take games like this and a 40-point win here. What are the positive takeaways you get here with a young team like Ballard? What do you take away from this and build for the next game on Friday night against Garfield?
Well, I even look at that first quarter, you know, going down 20 early, but then come back the second quarter, you know, we only lose that quarter 10-8. So these guys didn't stop fighting. These guys definitely tried to come out and do the best they could. We just got to go back and make sure that we're preparing. You know, it comes down to trying to simulate that type of speed in practice, which is really difficult to do. But, you know, we got some of the young guys in there. Max Shriver getting a lot of minutes. Oscar playing really well, probably his best varsity game so far.
Yep.
So it's a great experience for some young guys who are going to have to play big minutes down the road. And that's only going to pay dividends for them not only later this year, but into next year and the year after for their career.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as the Metro League, like the Pac-12 or the Big East, it never comes easy. And then I looked 2 days from now, you've got to get that team ready to head down to 23rd and Cherry to play the Garfield Bulldogs. Not an easy task, but that is what is in front of you.
Yeah, no doubt. To me, that's a game that our guys should get excited about. You know, playing at their place, probably going to be a packed gym, a lot of great players on the floor. Just another opportunity to go up against a great team and really test where we're at, see how much we've adjusted to the speed and some of the quickness and physicality that we saw today, and just another opportunity to go out there and do our best. So we're going to give it our best shot and see what happens Friday.
Great. Brad, appreciate the time as always. Our waste management coach interview with Brad Baker. Brad, thank you so much. Good luck. We'll see you on Friday. John?
Well, Billy, I think we got some good information there. It was good to hear from Maurice and see what his take was from why Franklin was successful. Good kid. Again, I think you can tell, too, just from his comments, unselfish. And I think you can say that across the entire Franklin team. Those guys are just unselfish. They play hard. They play from end to end. And they play hard every single second of the game. And you know, Coach Baker, I think, good takeaways for Ballard, getting some of the younger players in, some of the sophomores, see what that pressure is like. But, you know, at the end of the day, Franklin just a more superior team, more athletic, more aggressive team. And you can tell that they played together for a while as well.
Yeah, I think when you get, you know, we talked about Ballard being a young team. Well, boy, that kind of start can affect a young team. Just like a good start can affect you in a positive way, a rough start can affect you there. But, you know, I'll tell you, Brad made a great point. I think you've got to just kind of, you want to learn from it, but you also don't want to carry a negative vibe going into Garfield, because if you go into Garfield with your head down and not feeling right or upset with how you played here, you're really doing yourself a disservice. That Garfield team, again, a probably top 3 state contender, if not the best team in state.
Yeah, I'd say them or Rainier Beach, probably the 2 best teams in state right now. But you and I both have coached with Coach Broom, and you know what he's saying in that locker room right now. Coach Broom is treating this as a teachable moment, talking to those kids, keeping them encouraged, knowing that, hey, this is just one game, okay? One game, game's over. They're going to fall asleep tonight, wake up tomorrow, and they got Garfield on Friday. And got to start preparing for that. So that Coach Broom is really good at getting his players, making sure they understand what went right, what went wrong, how can they improve and get better every single day. He preaches that during games. He preaches that in practice. He preaches that all at school each day. So that is really what Coach Broom's programs are all about.
Just a reminder, you are listening to Metro League High School Boys Basketball, featuring the Ballard High School Beavers on FM 107.3 KBFG. Strictly local radio, and of course streaming on the World Wide Web around the world. John Adams, Billy Rogers, John Marstall, Gary Dunn, and Eric Moose, our fearless leader. Gary, do you have a special guest for us, or do we have a special guest here to wrap us up? Gary?
Vinny, do you want to come on?
Let's have Vinny on here. Vinny, come on over here. Let's get Vinny. Thank you.
Super fan, Vinny.
We got Vinny on the air.
Introduce yourself for the radio.
Hello, I'm Vinny Speziale. I'm just a member of the Beaver Brigade out here watching the game for Ballard.
So what exactly is the Beaver Brigade? Can you give us a description?
Oh, man. Well, the Beaver Brigade, we're just a bunch of people who go out here. We have fun every game, We're just out here to have a good time, honestly. We want to support our basketball team, all of our sport programs. It's really all about having fun.
All right. Well, I don't know. Just what do you really enjoy about these games? What draws you to them?
Oh, man, listening to everyone on the student section just getting so involved, whenever there's a chant going on, the entire student section is in on the chant. It's really fun because it adds like a whole other aspect to the game to watch. So it's one of those things that are just really entertaining.
Well, we're going to need him on the road as we take this show, all of our setup here. Eric's going to move us over about a few blocks to the to the east, and we're going to set up over at Roosevelt High School. So we're going to need the Beaver Brigade. Do they do a road show? Can you help us on the road?
We did a road show for Blanchette. It's really going to be about whether we can get the transportation there or not, but we would love to.
All right. Well, Marstall and I will put you in the back of the truck. We'll come on over with Adams. We'll have some fun as we go on and take this on the road. That's going to be coming up in January. Looking forward to having everybody on that with us, and it should be a lot of fun on the 16th of January as the Riders and the Beavers match up for the Anchor Bowl basketball style.
Anchor Bowl.
Yeah, the Anchor Bowl is the football version of Ballard Roosevelt, but we're going to call this the Anchor Bowl for basketball.
I like that. Let's start a tradition.
There
I like
you go.
That.
Should be a lot of fun. Again, thanks for everyone for joining us tonight. Lots of fun, a lopsided win for Franklin. But, boy, Franklin looked great, and you give them all the credit in the world, right, John?
Yeah, absolutely. Franklin looked fantastic. You can tell these kids have played together. Again, Ballard, good minutes for their youngsters, good lessons to be learned here, and moving on Friday night against Garfield.
Great last word. Gary, any last thoughts for you on tonight's broadcast?
Oh, I don't know. I just had fun. The team, they got a long way to go, but I think they could hopefully get some wins in before the end of the season. Hopefully won't have a Cleveland Browns situation, but I don't think there'll be anything shy from that. No, I think they'll just get better over time. They'll keep on taking these losses as they'll keep on learning from them and keep on trying to get better the next day of practice.
There you go. For the voice of the Beavers, John Adams. For John Marstall, Gary Dunn, and Billy Rogers, we're going to throw it back to our studio. Eric Moose will take it from our studio in Seattle. Thanks so much for listening to high school basketball on FM 107.3 KBFG.